Looking to learn more about the Sonoran Mountain Ranch subdivision in North Peoria? Well, look no further. I'm Jake. I'm with Homes for Patriots, powered by Home Smart and on Western Mortgage. I'm your one-stop shop for all of your real estate needs. So I want to do a tour of this community because I'm going to start hitting up many others. And Sonoran Mountain Ranch is a good start because it's isolated off of 67th or Sonoran Mountain Parkway, and it's a great spot on the north end of Peoria, just south of that 303. To access the subdivision, from the 101, you just stay straight on 67th North and go all, just basically don't turn off that road. It eventually veers right at the junction to Jomax, and then it keeps going all the way around East Wing Mountain. You'll come to a couple guards, and they're pointing to make a left-hand turn, and that's right there where you have this sign, Sonoran Mountain Ranch. The first thing you notice with driving into the subdivision is the sidewalks. And the reason I say that is because there's usually people walking or running or kids on their bikes on them. There are bike lanes back here as well. So there's lots of activity happening where people aren't always just in the house. Another thing, as you keep driving through, you'll notice that there are families out quite a bit. This is a very family-oriented neighborhood. Lots of child age or school aged children around. There's the parks are always busy with kids. When it's not 100 degrees out, it's just a really great place to be with a family. So with how you drive up here, it gives you that out of town feel because of how far north it is. And then when you wrap around East Wing Mountain, you don't have all the city noise. You don't get a lot of the smog because you're a little bit further back or further north, I should say. It's just really, really nice. I like to stargaze, so being back there in the evening time is nice. The mountains, that East Wing Mountain blocks out a lot of that city light, which is really nice. So you get to see even more stars than you would if you were south of East Wing Mountain in that real urban area that we're in now. With taking a look at this aerial shot of the community, you'll see that the canal system does ride on the east side of it. That's why you have to make that hard left in to the community. But straight over here on the west is the Peoria Preserve. This is awesome. They're not building here. It's a preserve, so there's no building allowed as of this recording because things can change. Who knows what's going on? But right now, there's no plans for building. They're all building south of that East Wing Mountain right now. So you virtually don't have many neighbors. There's only two subdivisions right there, but they're right before the turnoff. So you're kind of isolated back here, which is nice. And at the same time, it limits your access, right? Because everything has to go in and out of that Sonoran Mountain Parkway road. With the preserve being right next to the subdivision, you have access to tons of trails. Now, if you like the idea of walking your dogs or just getting out and walking or taking your bike out, that preserve is really, really nice. Nothing's very challenging out there. It's just nice leisurely walking, and you're out in the desert, which is cool. And then you also have East Wing Mountain in this subdivision, which if you want something that's kind of challenging, it's about 700 or 800 feet in elevation climb, and it's a 2 mile approximately, in and out loop. So you have access for just getting out right from your doorstep and being on trails, which is nice, and having all that walking access. Plus, like I said, as you drive in, there's sidewalks everywhere, and people are always walking up and down that main road. One thing to note with the Peoria Preserve, you don't have to worry about motorized vehicles because they're not allowed back there. So that's very handy, especially if you're just walking, right? Nothing's more irritating than someone buzzing you with a motorcycle or a quad or a UTV as you're just trying to walk and enjoy some peace. The subdivision itself has about 1,500 homes, and there's three separate gated parcels within it. The price points start at $450,000 at the time of this recording, which is in June of 2023. What you get in this community is worth more than what you're paying. The HOA is cheap. You have two community parks. One's pretty small. It's kind of nestled in between some houses, and they have another one towards the north side. It's a little bit larger. It has a swing set, has playgrounds. It's covered. So it's quaint for little birthday parties. It has a nice little field. I see kids playing soccer, kids tossing the ball around. So it's still a good size. On top of that, you have the city park. Now, the city park, as you're seeing here, has several basketball courts, that huge field. It's almost like a full soccer field. It has plenty of playground equipment, multiple picnic tables. It's really, really well set up for multiple like birthday parties out here. And we see kids have birthday parties here. It's a great, great place. There's parking and there's facilities, which is really nice. The parking here is basically access to the preserve and to the East Wing Mountain Trail as well. Outside of the access restriction that you have with this community, the other downside is several of the neighbors say that they have an issue with cell reception, just meaning if they only have like one bar. They don't say they drop calls much, but they say they've only got like one bar of signal. So that's something to consider. But I will tell you the easiest way to offset that is just put your phone on Wi-Fi calling, and that all goes away. So I hope this helped, and I hope you learned a lot about this wonderful subdivision. Once again, I'm a realtor, loan originator, and if you have any questions, I am definitely your one-stop shop when it comes to real estate. I got about a decade in the industry. I'm happy to help answer any questions you may have. You can comment, you can reach out to me because my contact information is below, or there's also a link if you want to book a Zoom call. We could dig into everything. In the meantime, I hope you guys got a lot out of this. I hope to see you soon.